Many rock stars have taken on personas, especially those in glam rock. It's part of the genre to adopt an alter ego. Look no further than Alice Cooper or Mark Bolan's T-Rex to see examples. But no one has done it more effortlessly than David Bowie. Throughout his career, Bowie has played a variety of characters, from Ziggy Stardust to Aladdin Sane to the blind prophet before his death. Sometimes they represent what was going on in his life, but more often they were a reaction to the music that was around him. Regardless of the origin, each new character was often a transformation from the previous one. When listening to the album Young Americans, I learned about one of the lesser known and more interesting ones, the Soul Man. As someone who wasn't around when these Bowie albums were coming out, it's interesting to see such a shift in Bowie's musical sound. When I popped on Young Americans, I can tell you that R&B and soul music was the last thing I expected to hear. And I don't think I was alone. Back in 1974, Bowie did a 180-degree turn in his music, from glam rock to soul, funk, and R&B. And his physical form followed suit. He went from being a space alien to a soul boy. But what inspired such a change? Bowie was on a tour from the previous album Diamond Dogs. Glam rock had been around for a while, and David Bowie was getting tired of it. He heard the Philly soul music scene, and something changed within him. Listening to this genre rekindled the love of his music he enjoyed in his youth. Suddenly, he was writing music for a new album while on tour for the previous one. Most musicians couldn't switch to such a new genre of music and got cut from the band. Bowie labeled the new album genre Plastic Soul, a name he defined as the squashed remains of ethnic music as it survives in Muzak rock, written and sung by a white limey. Despite this self-deprecation, Bowie took a lot of care in producing an authentic soul sound. First, Bowie tried to go straight to the source by attempting to hire MSFB, the in-house band that played for Sigma Studios, a label associated with the same Philly sound. Unfortunately, they weren't available, so Bowie had to make adjustments. He turned to Pedro Alomar, who had connections with other members in the soul industry. Through this connection, Bowie was able to bring on former members of the Isley Brothers and Sly and the Family Stone. But the musician lineup changes weren't enough to signify the changes that were occurring. Bowie was a thespian, first and foremost. He had to show the change in the way he presented himself. In this case, his identity. He wasn't a space alien anymore. The cover of the new album had to show that as well. Instead of the cover bearing a redhead mullet shirtless creature from another world, Bowie would turn blonde, wear a suit, smoke a cigarette. Voila! The Soul Man was born. With this transformation made, you'll see the change right front and center on the album. On tour, he would even wear a mustard suit to complement the change. But what's the point? Why does he do this? Honestly, it all comes back to being one step ahead of his haters. Making a change in his image makes it easier for the audience to accept the musical genre change. If he kept playing up the spaceman vibe with the music changing completely, fans would ask what happened to the sound. Look no further than the thousands of artists who changed their music without an image change and see the backlash of, "You changed! You suck now! We're not gonna listen anymore!" But instead, Bowie plays a character. You don't like the change? Well, transfer that hatred towards the character, not the musician. And who knows? He's already made several transformations. Stay tuned, folks. Maybe he'll change again. Wait and see. Bowie understood that music is a performance art form, and to survive in the music industry, one has to stay up to date with the trends. But you can easily look like you're selling out if this isn't strategic. By changing characters, and thus his literal identity, every time the sound changed, Bowie turned transformation into a spectacle. And when you look at Bowie's career, changing and morphing from one person to the next as his music follows suit, you aren't upset about these changes. You're spellbound and can't help but watch. Because when it comes to Bowie, it's all theater, baby. Thanks for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I can't keep doing this without your help and support. I hope that helps. I love you all.